Hi everyone, this is Darren with SimNation, doing a playoff recap video for SNCFL, which is our draft day sports college football league here at SimNation. It is currently on 2025, but it will move to 2026 as soon as we flip the season. As you can see, we're 2 rounds deep in the playoffs, kind of touch on that here in a second. And um, going to just do what I've done with the Pro League, where I'm going to make this video really just about simming those games and then kind of talking a little bit about who won, who didn't. If we look back at the playoffs real quick, just go here and just scroll down. So in the round of 16, Maryland took on SMU, so this was me versus Tony. Tony put up a really good fight. SMU at one point was leading this. I am going to do a video about what Tony did right and what Tony didn't do right. Well, probably not didn't do right. What he may have done differently that would have given him the upset. He came really, really close. So great job, Tony. Really, the difference in this one was the 5 touchdowns from Chong, but it was really Logsdon running the ball that turned the game around for me. You can see here that Georgia, which is Shark, was upset by Texas Tech, which is my Zero to Hero team, who just barely made it in. This was a really good game. It came down to the wire. As you can see, with 49 seconds left, Texas Tech came down the field and managed to win the game. UCLA versus Ohio State. This is Stuart versus the CPU. If you're interested in joining the league, Ohio State's a really good game. It was coached by Shark. This one was all UCLA. UCLA is one of the favorites to win this year. You can see Condon had a really great game. Oklahoma State versus Western Michigan. Western Michigan's a CPU team against Skelter. Skelter probably didn't win this one as much as he wanted to, but Oklahoma State was solid throughout this game. Louisiana Monroe versus Louisiana Lafayette. This is Skelter's Louisiana Monroe versus Invisible's Louisiana Lafayette. And you can see in the fourth quarter, Lafayette just kind of blew away from Louisiana Monroe. Clemson versus Oklahoma. Clemson, of course, is the defending champions, which being Matt, versus Oklahoma, who's a really good CPU team, another team to think about. Matt handled them pretty easily. Auburn, which is Invisible's other team, versus Florida Atlantic. This one was a lot closer than I thought it would be. I thought this one would actually be a blowout. But you can see here, Auburn pretty much had it in hand most of the game. And it's just a late touchdown kind of made it a lot closer than the game actually really was. Um, and then Colorado State versus Michigan. This one stings a little bit for Stuart because Colorado State gets the upset. You can see here, this is one of the hardest ways to lose as well. A team scores essentially 3 straight times on you to win this. Barros, who's a really good quarterback um, for Colorado State, had a really good game passing the ball, and I think that was really the difference in this one. You can see here a couple other things. Plus, there were 3 fumbles that Michigan lost. It's really hard to win a game when you fumble the ball away 3 times. And then in the quarterfinals, of course, you had Maryland versus Colorado State. Maryland just dropped the hammer on Colorado State. You see, the game was pretty much over at halftime. And again, Logsdon is having a great senior season. I know a lot of people are going to think Chung for Heisman, but I mean, if Durand, who is the really talented Oklahoma State running back, wasn't around, I would say Logsdon would probably win it. Invisible with Auburn versus my Texas Tech, not even close. Invisible just completely obliterated Texas Tech, so great job there, Invisible. Stuart gets a measure of revenge against Matt and knocks Matt out of the playoffs in a really, really close one. As you can see, with 320, Matt goes up by 6 after having pretty much led most of the game. And then Stewart gets a touchdown with 41 seconds left, and he's able to hold on to win. And again, you can see here Condon had another really strong game. Um, so then you have Louisiana Lafayette versus Oklahoma State. Invisible trying to make it 2 wins in a row against Skelter, wasn't able to. Made it close in the end. You see this game was really decided in the first half. but at the end of the day, Skelter holds on to win the game, which sets up the semifinals, which is Auburn with Invisible Witness versus Stuart with UCLA, and then Oklahoma State versus Maryland, so Skelter versus my number one ranked Maryland team. So we're going to go ahead and import, and we will go from there. So just predictions. If Maryland can stop the run of Oklahoma State, I think it's a blowout for Maryland. I don't think that'll happen. So I think Maryland will edge out Oklahoma State, but it's going to be really, really close. And then Auburn versus UCLA is really too close to call. It's two really, really good teams against each other. So Stewart's is good. Invisible is good. I don't know. Yeah, I did upload with Maryland. Skelter doesn't always upload, so we should be good. So we're sim the playoff round, and we'll go to league home, and we'll see who won. So as you can see, really tight game. UCLA defeats Auburn, so UCLA makes it to the finals. Congrats, Stuart. And then Maryland defeats Oklahoma State in a really, really close game. Doesn't look like Maryland was able to kind of hold off that run. And of course, well, there's that bug, so it may actually show me. So I won't have to feel guilty about turning scores on. So yeah, you can see here is Auburn rushed back to make this one close. 55-42, they 58-42, and then they got it within 10. Doesn't look right. Yeah, it does. So really, really good effort by Auburn to try to get back into the game, but UCLA just did just enough to stay ahead. See Hill Winn had 284 yards through two interceptions. Good strong running game from Invisible's team. Condon 294 yards, 4 touchdowns. Had a good running game as well. With this, Stuart punches his way into the final. And then, of course, you had Maryland versus Oklahoma State. Looks like these two were just trading back and forth throughout the game until overtime. So Maryland looks like they were up. They were up 35-21, and then Oklahoma State came back and tied it up with 26 seconds left, make it 35-all. They went to overtime. They traded touchdowns. Oklahoma State hit the field goal, and then Maryland hit the touchdown. So Chung, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 20 of 33. Looks like Logsdon got hurt, so Grossman was in. Was wondering why he was the leading rusher. I see Hill Baker had a good 100-yard game. It looks like Maryland was able to essentially limit the run as much as you can against Oklahoma State. Skelter and Matt are probably the two best running coaches I've ever seen. And then, of course, Maryland was just able to hold on and book their way to the final. Well, they will take on Stuart and UCLA. So great job, guys. If you're interested in joining this league, we will jump to 2026 as soon as this season ends. That's probably going to be sometime next week. But good teams to think about just in general would be Colorado State's a good one, Florida Atlantic, Western Michigan. Ohio State probably is the best team out there other than Miami to take, as well as Oklahoma. Iowa State's another good team that would love to have a great coach. Same with Houston. But all in all, good season so far. And I will try to actually broadcast the game on Tuesday. So thanks everyone. Great semifinals. Sorry to see Invisible and Skelter fall just a little bit short. And then it'll be me versus Stuart in the final. Thank you and have a great night.